Good evening. Let me wait for people to get in here. Ooh. Mm. I'm so extra. Okay. Well, that was quick. You know, I had Austin on my channel about 5 months ago. Hasn't been a year. And here we are. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Austin Holman. Let me double check to make sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He was recently exposed for the S word, tourism. Because we're not 5 minutes in, so I gotta wait. I gotta wait for me to say the S word. I think his name is Holman. So let's go ahead and get into tonight's video. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Thank you guys for the compliments. I really do appreciate it. So sweet. Let me go ahead and get into today's intro, and then we'll get into tonight's video topic.
Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into tonight's video. The reason why I'm doing tonight's video is because Passport Bros. Wait a minute, my connection. Just give me a sec. My connection is something happened. Okay, Passport Bros are dragging this quote unquote feminist from Brazil. And I felt the need to do this video because I want to properly introduce her. You know, I think it's interesting because you would think that they would have more sense and take a PR, public relations approach when it comes to this poor media craze that's going on around the Passport Bro movement. You would think that they would take a PR approach, but they're not doing that. Instead, they have decided to ridicule this woman and drag her to filth and call her this angry Brazilian feminist because that's smart. And then they're calling her out her name. They're threatening her life. Don't it sound familiar? Doesn't it sound familiar? Now, was it 4 or 5 months ago, Austin was saying that Brazilian women are the best women in the world? They're so feminine, fit, and friendly. What happened? Now it's Brazilian feminist. And I'm just like, sounds very familiar. You know, it's interesting how this type of energy in women tends to follow this particular group of men. I think it's interesting. I think it's very, very interesting. Now, I'm trying to pull up her information because I had it all on my phone. But I just find it very interesting that this type of energy tends to follow them everywhere. Now, her name is Stephanie Ribeiro. I believe I'm pronouncing that right, you guys, but please correct me if I'm wrong. She's an architect and decor presenter on GNT, which is a really big media outlet, news outlet over there in Brazil. She's done a lot of work, but I don't see feminist in her bio. I don't even see like feminist type posts. I see feminism, but I don't see feminist type posts. So then I took it a step further and wanted to do more research on this woman. And she's also like a model. She models as well. She's very beautiful. So she works with GNT, which is a news media company in Brazil. She seems very successful. She seems like a woman of integrity. So I decided to dedicate this video to her speaking out against the passport bros, okay? So let me go ahead and pull up my slideshow. Did I pull it up? Because I can't believe that they're over here in the US dragging her like she's like bottom of the barrel. This woman seems legit to me. Okay, here it is. So let me just go ahead and pull her up, blow her up really quick. Now, I do feel like she was the one to bring this to different media outlets' attention. I will say that. She seems like she's maybe like a blogger, or she just got in the right ear of the right person with this media site. Let me go ahead and blow it up. This media site right here, it's similar to like I wouldn't say the Shade Room, but it's like a pop culture blog site on Instagram. So she was reposted on this blog site. This is how I found her. And then this story originated from GNT, which is a media news outlet. So Austin has gone viral over there in Brazil, which is interesting to me because I'm like, you haven't even been there that long. So let's get into why he was going viral. But let me go ahead and read to you the write-up that was created with this media outlet over there. So it reads here, "Are women in Brazil easy? ? Thus, this is the title of one of the videos posted on Austin's YouTube channel, North American who comes to ours to invite other men to also adventure with the women here. The channel has more than 35,000 subscribers who follow his videos exposing Brazilians always with sexual friends. Stephanie, architect, presenter of GNT, once again, GNT is a media outlet over there, media and news, who brought the report on social networks on the evening of Wednesday. In his videos, he asked sexual and emotional wedge questions to Brazilians, one of which asked how big eggplant she likes. All this to conclude by saying that we are easier than other women. He even says, get your passports, a clear incentive for American men to come to the country with a sexual intent, he wrote. All right. So now listen, I know this is bad press for them, but I want them to continue to leave. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, I want them to continue to go overseas and find whatever they're looking for. I do, because then we can't be blamed. That's how this works. That is how this works. We cannot be blamed. If they go over there, we are no longer a part of the dysfunction. We're no longer going to take the heat Because as you can see, this woman is now taking the heat. Any woman that gets in the way of their dysfunctional ways takes the heat. So it's you know what's so crazy to me about all of this? First, it was Black women. Then it was white women. Then now it's Western women, and now it's foreign women. Sir, this is like that girlfriend that you kind of got to sit down and you got to talk to her and say, sis, you're the problem. Yeah, it's you. You keep coming into the same issues and problems and different people. You are the problem, sis. Like, are these men this delusional? It's like they done made everybody their enemy. And that's what the victim mentality does to people. Like that victimhood mentality, it makes everybody an enemy when in reality, you're truly an enemy to self. But because you're running from your problems, which your problems you keep running into because you're the problem, so they tend to follow you. That's why I'm like, let them leave. Please, I support it 1,000%. I'm about to give me a shirt that says, in support of Passport Bros. I'm in support of it. 1,000%. 1,000%. The only thing I won't do is donate, but I am in full support of Passport Bros. I surely am. And you know what I find so interesting about this is that these group of men are supposed to be the good Black men. You know, the ones with the jobs, they're educated, because we know Pookie and Ray Ray, we know they can't get their passports and go across seas. They can't even pay their child support. So these are the good Black men. Ooh, these are the good Black men that are going over there overseas to find them a wife, the good ones. And it has not even been a year, and this is the news press that they're getting over this one guy. Thank you guys for the super chats. I'm going to try to put them up on the screen. But this is crazy. But let's continue because it doesn't just stop here. So I started getting nosy because I'm like, this does spark my attention. Let me look a little further. So I started looking a little further and I'm like, what is everybody talking about? So I went to Twitter. They dragging this man, by the way. So I went to Twitter. I'm like, so what are they talking about? They have, by the way, Austin has went through his videos on TikTok. He hasn't really done a great job with his YouTube channel, but he did go through and just sweep through all of his content and delete certain videos. But one thing Twitter don't do is forget. Twitter don't forget. The internet don't forget. Once you post it, it's out here. So I had to get together some videos from Twitter that were reposted, from TikTok that were reposted, that he deleted. Why are you deleting stuff if you innocent, son? Why are you deleting stuff if you innocent? What you hide? You know, people who delete stuff, they got something to hide. They guilty of what they're being accused of. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly. But I'll let you guys determine if he's promoting sex tourism, because it's coming across that way. So Stephanie tweeted this video that he had made. And she says, we already have your video saying it's impossible to come here not having sex. Let me go ahead and blow it up for you guys. Because y'all know I brought the receipts. Y'all dragging this woman for no reason? Okay, let's blow this up. It says, we already have your video saying it's impossible to come here and not have sex with someone, and daring other Americans to come here. We are downloading everything. So she has receipts.
Traveling for women. Shut the fuck up. That's bullshit. Okay, where I'm at right now, it's so much action walking past through here. You not coming to Brazil not dealing with no damn women. That's not, I'm not believing that, okay? I'm not believing that. If you think you don't travel for women, come to Brazil and don't fuck with no women while you're here. I dare you. Try that, okay? The women might not be your primary reason for leaving the country, but don't act like they not included. That's a goddamn lie. I mean, that's a lie. And y'all know I call people out on their bullshit. That is a lie. All over there. It's got to be 100 bad bitches over there. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. They everywhere. So y'all lying. It's that bad. A lot of these so-called women come to Brazil and don't fuck with no women while you're here. I dare you. Try that. Okay? The women might not be your primary reason for leaving the country, but don't act like they not included. That's a goddamn lie. I mean, that's a lie. Y'all know I call people out on their bullshit. That is a lie. All over there. It's got to be 100 bad bitches over there. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. They everywhere. So y'all lying. It's that bad.
Now, this is my thing. This is my thing, y'all. Because you know how these men, they like to gaslight. They love to gaslight. Oh my God, that's their favorite thing to do. They like to distort the truth to make themselves seem innocent. But first of all, he's referring to them as bitches. That's very demeaning. That's very belittling. So in Austin's mind, he's taking westernized terminology and approach when it comes to Brazilian culture, and that's where he's truly messing up here. And another thing that is just so weird to me is he keeps referring to them as bad bitches, bad bitches, bad bitches. That's what he keeps saying. He keeps saying it over and over and over again. And does that sound like a man that's truly over there with good intentions, looking for a wife to settle down with? No, it really does not sound that way. Because we all know in Western culture what that term truly means, what it represents, and what it's really about. It's not about a wife. It's about having fun and having your way with certain women in the way that you want sexually. But of course, we're going to get gaslit about his terminology, why it was used in the way that it was used. And they're going to say, oh, it was because of how attractive they are and things like that. You can say that, but at the end of the day, Brazilian women are not talked to like that. Like that type of terminology is not used in their culture. So of course, they're going to see that offensively. Why wouldn't they? But it doesn't stop there. Unfortunately, Austin does not stop there because he had to prove to his followers, the group of men that he is influencing, how cheap Brazilian women are, how easy they are. His words, not mine. So let me go ahead and blow this up right here. And then it's so crazy because he really doesn't understand how he's coming across to women. And that's the thing. A lot like about 5 months ago, when I did a video on Austin, there was a man or a few men made the comment saying, oh, the only reason why you nice to him is because he's attractive and you would date him. I personally would not date this man because he seems very awkward when it comes to women. Like it just doesn't seem like he's socially there. And I don't know, it's just something about him. He just gives me creep vibes. The way he comes up to women, the way he talks to women, he doesn't know how to talk to them. He doesn't know how to talk to women. He doesn't know how to interact with a woman where it's not weird or awkward or predatory. Like it's giving predator type of behavior whenever he comes up to women. Like it doesn't seem like he's had that many social interactions with women that is on his level as far as intellect, because he just seems so intellectually disconnected when he's engaging with women. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's something weird about it, but I just get weird vibes. And I think that's why he has had the experiences he has had in America. I think that is the reason why he has some of the outcomes when it comes to his dating experiences and things like that. I really don't think he understands how he comes across to women. And so an American woman is just going to look at you like, okay, weirdo, or okay, creep. Like there have been experiences that he has talked about on his platform where he was like, oh yeah, like it's hard for me to get numbers here. It's hard for me to get the attention of women, but I really don't think that he understands how he's coming across to women. And I think that's the huge disconnect here. He doesn't see anything wrong with his content. He doesn't see anything wrong with his approach to women. But it's like, sir, how you crossing seas, going to a whole nother country, a whole nother culture, dealing with a whole new group of women, but you're having the same response. There's something that you're doing that is causing these reactions from the opposite sex. It's you. Just very clueless, very clueless. And he thinks very highly of himself, but like that's not how he's coming across to people. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. So here's another video. This video right here is about dates. Okay. This video right here is about the cost of a date, not sex. Like, I don't promote sex tourism or prostitution in my videos. My videos are about a better experience dating women in other countries. That's him. Now, Austin has every right to defend himself. So he's saying that I'm not promoting sex tourism. But again, people are going off of the content that you're creating, the content that you are posting. So in my opinion, is he promoting sex tourism? I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to allow you guys to determine that with all the receipts that I put in this video. So he's saying that he's not promoting sex tourism. This video is about the cost of a date, not sex. And he said that his videos are about a better experience dating women in other countries.
Por exemplo, eu gosto de você, eu quero encontrar você depois. Ontem, praia.
Eu prefiro na praia, no restaurante, na praia.
Obrigado.
The passport boys date leave black women in the U.S. and travel overseas to date.
Like you just did. And how soon would you kiss me and how soon would you go back home with me?
I don't know. If I had time.
If you like him a lot and he likes you a lot, do you feel a need to wait a day or two? Or
No.
So you go the same day?
Yes.
That's all I need to know. Get your passport.
No way. No way. So you're going to give up on all the black females in the United States of
Eu gosto de você, eu quero encontrar.
This video right here, when he's on the beach, this is where he really messed up. This is where he is being accused, in my opinion, based off of all the information in receipts and videos that I have came across. This video right here is a video that went viral. And also in the caption, it says, the passport boys say leave black women in the U.S. and travel overseas to date. So another thing is that with this video going viral, he's promoting that he has this disdain issue against black women. So he doesn't really think highly of the women that he comes from. And he's promoting passport boys. Okay, with this video. So what he doesn't understand is with this video, he has now created a target on his back. And listen, I'm not about to sit here and make it seem like white men haven't done this. White men have been doing this, but they're just, first of all, they have the privilege to get away with it. I'm gonna just be real with you. And number two, they have the funds, they have the money to get away with it because money always talks. And number three, globally, there's this thing that we as black people always have to deal with. So like our skin, you're making other black men a target, like a big target. Like you're creating this target on their back now. All because he decided to promote this type of stuff on his Twitter. So let's continue because y'all, this video about to be long.
You go back home with me.
I don't know. If I had time.
If you like him a lot and he likes you a lot, do you feel a need to wait a day or two? Or
No.
So you go the same day?
Yes.
That's all I need to know. Get your passport.
No way. No way. So you're going to give up on all the black females in the United States of America to go overseas and deal with Filipino, Brazilian. First off, that shit you did, that's the lamest shit ever. If I liked you and you really like me, how long would you wait to sleep with me? Like that's if you taking that game to a female in the United States of America, no wonder you trying to go across seas.
So he also promoted this on his Twitter. He keeps using these captions too. No sexually frustrated men in Brazil. Sir. Sir, like, I'm just pulling up the receipts, y'all. I'm like, sir, come on. Then this video here, okay, trying to prove that Brazilian women don't require much. So again, he's trying to label them cheap. That is so disrespectful. And oh, wait a minute. Doesn't this sound familiar? Black women. Doesn't this sound familiar? How our whole lives we had to hear about how Black men would go to Becky because Becky don't require much. Becky expect less. And now that they have ran through those women here in the US, right? Now they're saying, oh, I take issue with Western women. Now you going over here to Brazil doing the same thing that you did to the snow bunnies here in the US with white women, right? And you're turning around trying to do it to foreigners. Do y'all not learn from the mistakes that y'all make? And see, this is why I said what I said when it came to Black women. I said, Black women, don't follow in their footsteps. If you're going to go out here and date out, don't make the same mistakes that you made with Black men with non-Black men. I said that. I was the first one to say it in this space because cycles have the ability to repeat. And I said, if you're going to go out here and put white men on a pedestal and worship them, you're going to get the same outcome that you have when it comes to Black men. So why would you turn around and do that? I said, don't follow in the footsteps of Black men. Don't do that. All because you in your ego, you're in your wounded feminine and you trying to be on some get back. That ain't helping your case. It's not helping your situation at all. Because if you put white men or just non-Black men on a pedestal, you're going to get the same result. You're going to get the same outcome. Don't be dumb like Black men that are out here putting now Brazilian women on a pedestal. And they so quickly turn their backs on Austin so fast. And he hasn't even been over there for a full year. So I told you guys, create your own lane as a Black woman. Stop following in the footsteps of these men because you're hurt. Let's be real about it. It just doesn't make sense. It's not going to help you. And it's not helping them. It's not. Look at what they're doing. They have created a negative reputation for Black American men. And they will continue because we know dysfunction follows them. We know this. And this particular group of men, they're hypersexual. That's what this is all about. Easy sex, cheap sex. We know the truth. So I'm going to continue. You got to be smarter. You can't be, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You cannot be naive. Okay. You got to be smart. You can't make the same mistakes that you made with the previous group of men with a new group of men. You just can't do that, okay? And that's what they're doing. They're taking their dysfunction, they're taking their ways that they don't want to change or improve about themselves, and now they're taking it over here to a new group of women having the same reactions and outcomes. Don't be like them. You got to be smarter. Got to think ahead. So in this video, he's trying to prove how cheap it is to take Brazilian women on dates. So he asked her, well, what kind of dates do you expect? Or what date or what type of date would you require? And she responds, to the movies, to the beach. Now, we all know most cases, beaches are free. Movies can be anywhere, but probably over there, probably like what, $20. So he's degrading them in his videos by making it known that they don't require much. They don't require much. So let's continue. I think it's here. In this next video that I'm about to show you guys, he was on Twitter talking about sex. Let's take a listen.
Apparently not. Okay. Because you missed the point. I thought Kevin Samuels came out with enough episodes, but apparently not. Okay? Because you missed the point. Women cannot have multiple men and give themselves 100% to all those men. But as a man, I can fuck who I want and not give a fuck about none of y'all, including you. So I can have a girlfriend and I can have sex with her and love her to death, and I can step out and step right back in like nothing happened. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying, as a man, that's how our emotions are built. Why the fuck are we even discussing this? Because this is I don't even want to talk about the United States no more, but my content and my subscribers are required me to. But I consider these conversations dumb because this is basic to understand, but you don't understand it and you have to be ashamed of yourself.
Hola, tudo bem. Now, recently, it's Austin Holman.
Okay, before we can get into Austin Holman's response about how his life was threatened, those are the videos that I was able to come across. And like I said, you guys let me know how you feel. Do you feel like he's promoting sex tourism with the videos and content that I was able to grab? Because that's based off of what I was able to grab. He went through and went on a whole delete spree, okay? So I couldn't gather everything. I'm not sure what Stephanie has, but Stephanie is saying that she has downloaded a lot of his content. So I'm not even sure what she caught, because Stephanie was the one that actually blew this situation up. And again, she works for GNT, which is a media news outlet over there. And then a popular blog wrote up her story as well. So that's how the situation blew up. But I think it was because women, Brazilian women, were bringing this to her attention. Just like y'all bring things to my attention, Brazilian women were bringing him and some of his content to her attention. And so she was able to get in contact with the right people. And that's how this story blew up. So now that we have gathered the receipts that I could gather, okay, because I'm not sure what other videos are out there for him to receive such a intense response from Brazilian women of threatening his life. But let's just get into his response, because he made a video about how his life was being threatened now.
First of all, recently, as in 12 hours ago from now, 3 a.m. Brazil time, Salvador, Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro time, Austin, I posted a video, a clip of my longer YouTube videos titled, "Do Brazilian Women Like Criminals or Good Dudes?" The purpose of the video was for my followers to get a perspective on the difference of the culture between Brazil and the United States, because the United States, the women like the criminals. This has been scientifically proven.
You guys, I have to be real with you. I got to be real with y'all, because I saw the whole situation with Africans recently, where there were TikTokers coming out saying Americans don't know how to act. We don't. Apparently, we don't know how to act. If you don't know how to act, you not understand that when you decide to join a new culture, right, because you're traveling overseas, have some home training. You cannot take the things that you have learned, the practices that you have picked up here in the Western culture, and then try to force it on these foreigners. They don't know anything about that life. Why are you sitting up here asking dumb questions like this? Why? You're dealing with a whole new group of women. Why are you asking them dumb questions like that? Why are you titling your videos like that? So now I'm starting to see where foreigners are coming from when it comes to Americans not knowing how to act outside the damn country. Because it's like he's really taking these low vibrational interview questions and he's trying to create Americanized content. Why not just immerse yourself in this culture and take it on fully, right? So you can get a real experience instead of trying to make Americanized content in a whole new country. You claim that you got away from this. Why are you carrying this over to a whole new country and culture when it comes to a new group of women? It don't make sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. So he's bringing those, y'all know, those public interviews that typically go viral on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and stuff like that. And he's trying to force them on these women in a demeaning way, by the way. Like trying to ask them questions like, would you date a criminal? Then it's like, well, how much do you require for a date? Or what type of dates are you into to try to get a price range? Like, just, y'all, if you don't know how to act outside of the US, don't leave the US. And I'm telling you now, these other cultures and countries, they tend to be more conservative. They tend to be way more conservative than us. So you need to read rooms, learn how to adapt when you're traveling across seas and visiting different countries, but also learn the culture first. Learn the laws first. Don't just be naive and just go somewhere and you don't know nothing about the culture. You don't know nothing about what's disrespectful, what's not disrespectful. You have no clue. And you could easily offend someone and they could take it the wrong way. If you're going to visit these cultures, I think part of the experience is learning about it first. That just makes more sense. Come on, like that's so disrespectful. Like if I was a woman and I didn't know him, I would be so offended. Like, why would you even ask me that question? Do I look like a woman that would date a criminal?
So I say, you know what? I think Brazilian women are the best women on the planet, but let me go out and ask these women what they think and prove my point. I've said several videos that I think Brazilian women are the best women on the planet. I just now started posting my clips on Twitter. I think this may have been the first one. And it went viral. Okay, I woke up, it had like 20-something thousand views. That was like at 7 a.m. It's 3 p.m. and it's at almost 900,000 views. So this video is probably gonna hit 2 million views before 24 hours. Like literally within 20 minutes, 70,000 people saw the video. Like it was like 750,000. Then it was like 920 in 20 minutes. 70,000 people saw the video. So this video is viral. And of course, Austin is used to getting hate from American men, which is crazy. American women, which is understandable. But the crazy part is I did not shit on anybody. I didn't say anything negative about anybody. I didn't bring up American women. I didn't say anything bad about Brazilian women. I never say anything bad about Brazilian women. I came to Brazil to be with Brazilian women because I love Brazilian women. But I make content about this and I'm traveling around the cities in different parts of the world to show people. I don't say negative things about Brazilian women. Surprisingly, these must be Brazilian feminist women. One of them, and I'm gonna post a comment here. I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna show you. These women say that they have went to the local women's police station. I didn't even know those existed, but the women's police station to report me. Now, what I'm not understanding is, what are you going to tell the police? Because you're going to have to lie for me to be breaking the law. You know what I mean? All I said in the video was, how soon would you kiss me? Because in Brazil, kissing is different than it is in the United States. That's one thing I love about it. And I think she said right away, if she likes me. And I said, oh, really? So how soon would you go home with me? And I asked that because in the United States, a man can take a woman on 75 dates and get a side hug every time. But in Brazil, I have said women in Brazil, more often than not, like 90% of the time, they're not going on a date with you. They're not even going to give you their number if they're not interested in you fully. You have it happen sometimes, but that's definitely not common here. And I've always admired that about Brazilian women. I love it because I don't like to waste time. And then I said after she was like, I wouldn't waste any time. I would go home with you the same day if I had time. I said, that's all I needed to know. Get your passport. Because that was proof of my point that, hey, these women value time. They have clarity. They know what they want. That proves that. Because
you guys, this man he's so disconnected. He does not know. He doesn't understand how he comes across to people. I told you guys that when you lack self-awareness, you make a horrible partner, friend, just even how you socially interact is horrible because you don't even know how you're coming across to other people. You don't understand how you're being perceived, and you should have an understanding of what that looks like, because you could easily offend people, or you could come across as a creep. He does not understand. There is something disconnected up there in that brain of his where he doesn't understand how he's coming across creepy. This woman went to the police station, y'all, and this is the type of behavior that we American women tend to deal with. And this is why we handle y'all with a long stick. Here, you can have my Snapchat. Here, you can have my Instagram handle. But no, you can't have my number because you're coming across as a creep. A creep. I don't get how you're not understanding that. Then I'm gonna pull it up. So let me just go ahead and continue, because that audio that I posted to my Instagram, we all know what these men be wanting, right? So let me just go ahead and play it real quick.
Yeah, give me a one-word response now, bitch. Y'all hoes always trying to talk about y'all job like, who gonna pay my bills? I'm a grown-ass fucking woman, ho. Who gonna pay my bills? Me, nigga. I got a fucking job, too. What the hell? Y'all women always talking about y'all job, man. I don't give a fuck what you do for work, how much money you make. I don't care what you got. That was not the objective here. It was to fucking chill and then honestly try to fuck. Because if you crazy as hell, if you thought I was going to try to plan anything else out with your ass and your texting sucks. You and all these other fucking women got everything in common. And y'all women get mad. You love to get upset when men categorize y'all in the same breath as other women. You do the same shit. So let this light-skinned nigga be the first one to tell you this way.
That's the dating scene here, y'all. This is the dating scene here in America. This man did not get his way. He felt entitled to this woman's time, and it was going to lead to her body eventually, because he confirmed that with his little audio. And it's like, do y'all not understand how y'all coming across as creeps? We're very aware that you want to have sex with us, but it's like the way y'all are willing to try to manipulate women to get sex out of them, but you wonder why we react in the way that we do. You wonder why we come across hyper independent, hyper overprotective of our time, our body, and having access to us. We know you want sex, and then you guys don't have the best track record. So I don't get that. I don't get that. Somebody say, so he sent some women he is delivered. Stop it. Stop it.
The United States is different, but this isn't about the United States right now. There's a woman, or I don't know, that says, I hope that you catch a bullet in your head, you effing gringo, or something like that. And I'm like, bullet in the head? For what? Why would either me or the female get shot? You know, what kind of threat is that? And that was like, wow, like there's some people, and I know it's just the internet. People, it's easy to say that online. You know, it's very easy to say stuff like that online. That's part of the internet nowadays. But what would make you say that? But hey, I'm going to keep posting content. I have stopped talking about American women. Now it's just me going around asking Brazilian women questions. And hey, don't get mad at me. Get mad at the person that said it. And there's nothing wrong with what she said. Anyway, I don't even know who she is. You know, I don't have her number. I don't even remember her name. Let me also clarify this as well. This channel is not about sex tourism. There's nothing about this channel that is me promoting men go to other countries to buy sex. Let me make that clear. I do not promote men buying sex. And I've said that. I've said, guys, if you go to these other countries, do not just mess with the pros, because I can't stop y'all from doing that. We can't complain about American women and then go deal with women that everybody can get. Go meet you a genuine woman that genuinely likes you, in Brazil, Thailand, I don't care where you go, and deal with her. Do what you want though, but that's what I'm promoting. I wouldn't go around asking prostitutes when do they expect to get married, how soon do they go home. I know how soon they go home. So no, I don't promote prostitution. I promote men in the United States and other Western countries getting what they deserve, because I firsthand experience, I was not getting what I deserved in the United States. I worked on myself. I'm a very handsome young man, and I know that. And I was treated like shit. I came to Brazil.
He has an inflated view of himself. Like his ego is all the way out here, and I'm gonna need him to come back. Listen, just a little bit, just a little bit. I think it's great that he's confident and he thinks highly of himself, but it's so inflated to the point where it's delusional. Like, I don't think he understands how he comes across to women. And this is what the passport bro, like, this is who they have as a representative. He's not, you guys, I'm not about to, this, he's not an unattractive looking guy. It's just, it's his social skills. Like, it's really his social skills. He's not an unattractive looking, I personally wouldn't date him, but I'm saying, like, he's not unattractive. I know what unattractive looks like. He's not unattractive. It's just his social skills are disconnected. Like, you can tell he did not get women growing up, y'all. I could just tell. You know, every woman knows when they're around a guy that's been around. You know what I mean? You can determine if that's good or bad. But I'm saying, like, you know when you've been around a man that can get some booty, get some panties, and it ain't that big of a deal. This man is not giving that. He's not. It's giving struggle bus. It's giving I struggled in high school. I struggled in college. Girls never looked my way. I was a reject. I was outcasted, and I was not picked. I was not chosen. And so because of that, he has reverted to this way of thinking. And it's really sad. But it's like, if he would have just developed better social skills when it pertains to women, I think he could have been successful here in the US. I just think his issue is he doesn't have the best social skills. Like, even some of the videos that I've seen with some of the women that he's been interacting with, it's like he's awkward. He's awkward. A woman wants a man that's confident and assertive. You know, you can't just be all talk. Like, it's the energy that you carry that can easily get a woman's attention. I don't even think that he knows how to get a woman's attention without being weird. I don't think he do. But there's a disconnect with his social skills and I think that's the reason why he has so many negative experiences with American women. Plus, I mean, we haven't even gotten to his mindset on women in general, but we could just start with his social skills. Like, I really don't think he knows how to, like, pick up women.
Because I was like, let me try a whole different country, because these women in my country are not treating me right. And the women here treated me so well. When I was on the way back, about to get on the plane, I was in tears, crying, because I could not believe it. And now I live here, because once you go back to the United States after experiencing somewhere like Brazil, and I think Brazil is its own, there's nothing like Brazil, you can't readjust to the United States. I don't. Some people can do it. I don't know how to do it. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to clear up any confusion. I feel like this video is pointless. But yeah, this is a very viral moment for me right now. And I appreciate everybody just sharing and calling me corny, because the more you call me corny and the more you share my videos, the more recognition I get. But yeah, I just want to say that this is not, that's what this is mainly about. I do not promote sex tourism, because that's what stood out to me the most, that people were pounding, like, oh, you're promoting sex tourism. Never, ever. I promote men getting in relationships with these women, and whether they want to have a good time and just date around and see what they like first, have a girlfriend, get married. I can't control any of that. But I do not promote prostitution, international prostitution, none of that, because I don't even do prostitution. Has it happened before? Of course. But that is not, no, I don't go around buying women. No, that's not, I would not leave my country permanently, to not even at all, to go sleep with prostitutes. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear from the Brazilians. I'll put this in Brazilian Portuguese now that I know a lot of Brazilians are watching my videos. But yeah, y'all keep watching. And remember, in the United States, never in Brazil. I never say this about Brazil because I love Brazil. That's why I live here.
You guys, can y'all be nice in the chat? Y'all know I don't promote bullying. Please don't send this man no hate either. Okay? Don't. Because I was bullied when I was younger, y'all. And I don't like that. Okay? So don't send him no hate. Don't bully this man either. Like, that's not why I created this video. But it just proved that, basically this video proves that these men are running away from their problems, and their problems are following them across seas, you guys. And I was socially awkward growing up. So it's just, when you really do the work on yourself and you don't have this inflated view of who you are, you kind of humble yourself a little bit. You stay grounded. You touch grass. You hug trees. You know what I mean? You put your feet in the sand. You stay grounded. It's not inflated to the point where you're out here with it. You know what I mean? I think you come back down to earth, you touch earth, and you know how to have conversations with people. You know how to connect with people. It's about connecting with people. It's not about looking a certain way and just having this perception, this persona and everything. It's actually about having a connection. And he does not know how to do that because his inflated view of himself keeps himself from being able to truly connect with people. And I think that's the real issue here. So he claims he has worked on himself, but I feel like he did it from an egotistical standpoint and not from the heart chakra. Like, when you really work on yourself from the heart chakra, you're able to have a more grounded perception of your higher self. And he has like a toxic view of his higher self. And I think that's where he's messing up. Because it's great to have confidence. It's great to think highly of yourself, but not so much to the point where you just being delusional, you know? So I don't know. This is a mess. But y'all know I'm not here for the bullying, y'all. For real. I'm just not. Or the homophobic slurs either, because y'all was just dragging me yesterday. I just talked about this yesterday. I was just getting dragged yesterday because y'all didn't like my opinion and take on the black man that got upset and was throwing homophobic slurs around at that man's brother on my Instagram. But here black women are throwing homophobic slurs around because you're either making fun of this man or you don't like what he has to say. So it's okay for you to do it. But when a black man do it, it's, oh, why would he say that? Why would he do that? I don't feel like anybody should be doing it, male or female. It's just mean. It's another form of bullying. Just, y'all, be nice. Be kind. I'm going to stop saying be nice. Be kind. Learn how to be kind. Okay? Be kind. You can get your point across and be 1,000% honest with folks. And it's still going to hit them hard because it's the truth, right? But you don't got to be belittling, though. That's the line I draw with it. So y'all don't like it when black men throw around homophobic slurs. So why are you throwing them at them?
But in the United States, it's that bad. Hello, YouTube. It's Austin Holman, and I already recorded this video in Portuguese earlier, but I want to put it in English because I can come off a lot more genuine in English and Portuguese. But let me say this. If you speak Portuguese, do not watch this video first. Watch the Portuguese version first, because a lot of people and the reason that a lot of this is going on is because a lot of people in Brazil are misinterpreting the things that I'm saying in English, and they don't really know how to speak English that well. And they're misinterpreting a lot of things because I don't say anything negative about Brazilians. So that's why it's so shocking to me to have this going on. But
ain't nobody misinterpreting what he's, y'all. Now, do I need to rewind? Because I will go back and rewind. Ain't nobody misinterpreting what he's saying. We took the clips. I posted the clips, and you guys can decide if you think he's promoting sex tourism. In my opinion, I'll leave that for when this video ends. But ain't nobody sitting up here misinterpreting your videos because there's a language barrier. We're taking the content that you're creating with the loud captions that you're making, and we're coming up with we're forming our own opinion on what you're doing. And it just seems unethical. Like, that's what we came up with. It is what it is.
But if you guys haven't known me already, I'm Austin Holman. I want to say that first. This is very heartbreaking to me. The fact that it was always my dream to live in Brazil. And my YouTube channel was centered around me showing other men, not just the women, but just if you guys understand English and you watch my videos, you see me talk about how I enjoy just, first of all, we can start with just the drinks on how well the drinks are in Brazil. I love the drinks in Brazil over any other country I've been to, even my home country. The food is a lot more healthy. I have a lot more energy. My skin glows a lot better in Brazil. Everything about me is better in Brazil. The weather, the beaches, the people are so social. I can be myself in Brazil. I actually feel I can be myself, not be judged by everybody I run into. And that's why I made this video in English, because I can elaborate more than I could in Portuguese. But I'm very heartbroken knowing that because this whole situation is going on, that even, let's say, for example, I'm not banned to come in Brazil. Since my name has been slandered around and misinformed to the majority of the people, who it seems like the majority of Brazil, but a lot of people in Brazil, it's not safe even if I wanted to come back. You know, if I wanted to come back to stay in Brazil, it wouldn't be safe because my name has been slandered and everybody's been geared to hate me, to think that I'm some sort of sex tourist that's telling men that, oh, Brazilian women. And I'm not saying this because I know some of y'all still gonna watch this English version first and misinterpret it. I am not saying Brazilian women are easy for everybody. What I meant by when I said that Brazilian women are easy, and I shouldn't use the word easy. I know that now. I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is, for a man that's well-mannered, well-dressed, that has put in the effort to raise himself, he will have an easier time in Brazil, as opposed to where I was from. That wasn't always the case. But to get into the video, I want to apologize for releasing these videos and showing ignorance to the culture that you guys, certain aspects of Brazilian culture. I know that I shouldn't expect y'all to forgive me, but I'm asking if you forgive me because I am a gringo, or an American in Brazil. I've only stayed there 3 months. I've been there a total of 4 months in the past year. And I am still learning Brazilian culture. The things that I didn't know that they were wrong. I know now. I very well know now. And I wanted to apologize for, I guess, moving too comfortably without actually knowing. I should have had a Brazilian man or a Brazilian woman tell me, I should have reviewed with someone from the culture to see if that was fine. But I know now. My intent was never to promote sex trafficking, sex tourism, or exploitation of women. My original intent, and still my intent, was for men, like I said, that have worked on themselves, that cannot find what they want in their home country, in this case, the United States. My message was that, hey, women in Brazil still appreciate and will still value the work that you've done on yourself, and you'll find a fulfilling relationship in this country. It wasn't about, oh, come through here and run through women. And I think the misconception was whenever I had the video where the woman said that she would kiss me right away, and I was like, oh, come get your passport. I'm not saying, oh, come through here and just run through women. In my country, women do not behave the same way. And it's not that women in Brazil behave a bad way. If they behave badly, I wouldn't have came in there. I really love the way how Brazilian women act. And
why he keep using us as an excuse for why he needs to apologize to them? We're not in this. Listen, we are not in this. We are not in this at all. But this don't got nothing to do with us. We innocent bystanders. If anything, I gotta watch me saying I support Passport Bros simply because y'all's behavior is predatory. Okay, and y'all not aware of it because in westernized culture, you've been able to get away with it. See, so I gotta watch me saying, I gotta watch. Maybe I can't support y'all like that because y'all out here creating this reputation that involves predatory behavior against women. It's like, it's really getting to that point where I can't even support y'all. For real. Because I'm here for it. Listen, my mindset when it comes to Black people is get out here, find yourself, find your peace, find love, find whatever you need to find for yourself. If that means you need to leave the country, we'll leave the country. I'm here for Black people getting out here and doing things outside of their generational cycle, right? But this ain't the way to do it. Like, if you're going to do it, you need to truly work on yourself. You cannot carry the dysfunction that you picked up living here in the US. He does not understand how predatory his behavior was, like how it came across, like just asking those in those questions, basically to weaponize those women to your advantage so that they will be submissive to you. That's predatory behavior. It's the way that you're going about it. It's a form of manipulation, but you're so disconnected from reality and you have this inflated view of yourself. You think this is acceptable. It's not acceptable. And listen, if passport bros are going to be promoting this type of behavior in the way that y'all are doing it, I can't openly support y'all. I just can't. Like, we are always being used as an excuse as to why these men don't want to behave like men and healthy men, though. Healthy men. Because it's about being healthy. Some of y'all just not healthy in the mind. I don't know what it is. It's like there's a disconnect. Some of y'all are just not healthy up there.
The fact that Brazilian women don't withhold affection for men and they're not afraid to make themselves vulnerable, I think is very valuable to American men, and a lot of American men that are looking for serious relationships. That I think that's beneficial. I don't think that a man gets any benefits out of a woman not even wanting to kiss him, but she claims that she likes him, and that's
sir. He trying to get all hot and busy. Does this sound like a man that's trying to build a real connection with you and get to know you because he's trying to make you his wife? He wants a woman to be affectionate. And again, American men, they tend to, in westernized culture, American men, particularly black men, they want you to cook, clean, have sex with them, and not even make you their girlfriend, let alone their wife. He wants a woman to be all in and him be half-ass. That's the problem. Now y'all done made me upset. Y'all expect so much for women. Y'all expect for women to be all in. Y'all expect for women to cook, clean, pick up after you, work 40 hours a week, because we all know you want us to go 50-50 with you. Take care of your kids. Look after you. Make your plate. Make sure your plate is made before the kids. Make sure it's put on a sturdy plate, an actual dish plate, and not paper plate. Listen, but you want us to be all in and you half-assed. You also said in this video, Austin, that you can be out here having sex with as many women as you choose while also having a girlfriend or a wife and still give your all. How can you do that? But women, we can't do that. So what are your true intentions? What are your true intentions? Again, these men want you to all in while they have step, while they got one foot in the house and then the other foot is out the house. How is that fair to women? And that's what I'm saying. As soon as you remove fairness out of your mindset when it comes to relationships with women, you're a manipulator. That's what you are. When you don't offer fairness in these positions that you expect for women to be in, you're a manipulator. That's what a manipulator is. It's so he can or she can. It could be either way because women do it too, where a person can swindle their way into getting their way without having to give anything in return. That's a manipulator. So it's like, come on, y'all out here y'all carrying the dysfunction across seas. And to be honest, it's like part of me is happy for it, but it's like I feel bad for the women that come into contact with you because we all know how this is going to go. You're going to have one foot in, one foot out. And these women are in not the best situations and circumstances. And so because they need resources, they'll take what they can get with you. But here we are, once again, Black American men would rather get the bottom of the crop by traveling across the sea. And you guys don't think it's bottom of the crop. You guys don't look at it that way because you only care about looks. So you would rather travel across seas, get the bottom of the crop, meaning a woman that doesn't really expect much from you. Again, because you did that with white women here in the US. And now you're doing it with foreign women. You know these women don't have that many resources. You know they don't. You know they don't have that much to offer. You know that a lot of them are not educated, but that's what you want because you want them to be weak in the mind so that you can take advantage. That's what this is all about because you don't want to have to be a man. You don't want to have to rise to the occasion. and you use the excuse of a woman, a Western woman, because I can't even say just Black women anymore. You want to use the excuse that Western women are asking for too much. Or you want to use the excuse that Western women are not traditional. You men created this culture. And now you want to run from the culture that you created and get in and ruin another man's culture for your own benefit and personal gain. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. Men need to take accountability. You created this culture. As a man, you led this culture. Y'all created it. Women barely even have a say-so in some of the things that happen or occur because you guys say we're too emotional. We're too emotional. We don't know how to think logical and be mature. Okay, well, if that's the case, okay, so who created this culture? Who created it? We see when I was growing up and women participated, they did. But again, those women didn't have that many resources, right? But here it was, hip hop, right? Men being in leadership positions, rappers, producers. And what did they choose to do? They chose to exploit their women. That's what they chose to do. Knowing that the women that they were exploiting were escaping abusive relationships, drugs, a hard life, right? Because they probably came from a home, daddy wasn't there, right? You guys stay exploiting women. That's all y'all do. That's all y'all know. At this point, it's in your blood. Because we can even take it a step further and go back to slavery, right? Because everybody's like, slavery is what caused all of this. No, it didn't. No. Y'all were oppressing women and weaponizing them and their lack of resources. Even then, y'all been exploiting Black women and women for a long time. Your ways are catching up with you. There's no escaping this. And that's the thing. A lot of y'all really feel like y'all can escape it. And I think it's funny. I do. Because from a spiritual standpoint, ain't no escaping this. Mother Nature, she's upset. I don't know if you've seen her lately with all the fires and mudslides and floodings and tornadoes. She's mad as hell because y'all been disrespecting women for a very long time. Y'all been disrespecting women in nature. That's why she responded in the way that she is. But see, y'all don't even have the spiritual connection to understand why she's responding in that way. Y'all upset her. Y'all upset her so much that y'all don't even understand how she's upset. You need to make right with her. That's the only way she's gonna stop these tornadoes, these wildfires, volcanoes erupting and things like. Y'all have made her upset, and then y'all even made her so upset to the point where she taking some of y'all out. She taking out y'all's leaders. The menosphere. How many deaths have y'all had this year and last year? How many? No, I take that back. How many deaths will you guys have this year? I'm going to be counting. Y'all either getting locked up or somehow y'all just unalive. And it's natural causes. Mother Nature. Natural causes? Mother Nature? Oh, okay. I'm not about to get too preachy, but it's like, how do y'all not see the signs? And y'all really think you can escape it by crossing seas? You can't escape karma. You can't escape the seeds that you have been sowing for decades. You cannot escape that. So I don't know. Like some of y'all just don't get it. Some of y'all are not getting it. It don't matter where you go. This man has been in Brazil for 3 months, 4 months, 3 to 4 months. Y'all, he ain't been there that long. He has not been there that long. So it's like, I keep saying this and I'll say this and I'll be done preaching to y'all, but you got to get your house in order. With everything that's going on around you, you need to get your house in order, male or female. How are you not seeing the signs is beyond me. But the reason why you're not seeing the signs is because you have no depth to you. You have no connection to you. You have nothing. You have no roots, no nothing. You're all for self. You're all for ego. You're not for love. You're not for family. You're not for nothing. That's why you can't see it. And you won't see it. And you won't see bad things coming to you. They just going to pop up because you have no connection at all. You all for self. You all for ego. That's all you for. You all for instant gratification. You're all for getting sex, getting a nut, and that's it. You're cool with that. But listen, we not living in them times no more. Them times is over. We in a new world. This is a new order. So, like I said, you need to get your house in order because things are not what they used to be. And this man was only over there for 3 months, y'all. And this is what he's dealing with. His life is being threatened. Come on. Come on. So, yeah, Mother Nature is upset with the masculine energy. She is. Y'all haven't been taking care of her either. Y'all haven't been taking care of Mother Earth. Y'all haven't been taking care of her. That's why she's so upset.
Very, very common in my country, and that's not common in Brazil. And that was my whole point of me promoting it. But I would never promote any of those things because I love Brazil. I didn't want to have to say goodbye to Brazil, but I that was not my intent. I would not talk poorly about the women in another country that I'm staying in. That's not very intelligent of me to do that. That's why I think there was a misconception. Now, during my time in Brazil, I really grew to see the affection and good nature of the people in Brazil and the Brazilian women. Like I said, Brazilian people in general are just very warm people. Where I came from, I told you guys before, I cried on the way home on the first trip to Brazil last February during Carnival. And it was because I was around people that were just very welcoming. I feel very at home with almost every Brazilian I meet. I can count on one hand, maybe 1 or 2 people in Brazil out of the 4 months in total almost I've been living there that were rude to me. And in the United States, I can run out of hands to count on how many people were rude to me. So there's definitely a huge difference. That's why I left everything in the States and came to Brazil, because it was really that much of a great deal for me. I really love it here. And I just wanted to share on my YouTube channel. Like I said, I want to influence other men to, if they feel like they've worked on themselves. And I tell men that you cannot come to Brazil super fat, no hygiene, no money. You can't be a nobody and come to Brazil. I've made that clear hundreds of times on my channel. I've made that clear. But I chose to make the channel so people can learn. I'm learning about Brazil. I'm learning what it's like to live in Brazil. And this is a learning lesson that I'm going through. And hopefully men in the future know not to do what I did. And I was willing to make myself vulnerable to prevent other Americans from coming to Brazil, with a very ignorant mindset. So I was willing to take the blame for that. Not that I did any of this on purpose. I'm just saying I was willing to show my experiences of living in Brazil firsthand publicly to just help other Americans know what to do and what not to do when they come down here. But I enjoyed my time in Brazil. I always spoke very positively about it, and I will limit how many videos I speak on Brazilian women because I never said anything negative about Brazilian women. But I can see that pretty much anything that I say about Brazilian women now can be twisted. So I don't even think it's safe for me to even speak on them. I don't even think I should say the word.
This is an apology video? So he's saying that he didn't say anything disrespectful about Brazilian women. Y'all see why we talking about where he don't have no self-awareness? None. Like there's a social disconnect. He really, I'm telling you, this man does not know how he comes across to women. I don't think he understands. I told y'all, I truly think there's like a social disconnect here. And I'm not sure where, why, how, but there's something seriously disconnected between how he interacts with people, women. And we see this a lot in the menosphere. Like a lot of the men in the menosphere that are like ride or die men, you know what I mean? They be having like social issues. Like they just don't know how to approach women, talk to women, pick up women, get their number and stuff like that. And then they always talk about their negative experiences, but I really don't think they know how they come across. Now, is it going to be all the men a part of the manosphere that are like this? No. Honestly, I think the men that are very confident in themselves, they don't even listen to the manosphere content through and through, not heavy fans. They may tune in every now and then when it comes to certain stuff, but when you really get around like men who know themselves, they're sure of themselves, they're confident in themselves, and they carry themselves in a certain manner, they're not really sitting up on the internet really concerned about another man teaching them how to be that. They are that, So I think there's a major social disconnect when it comes to this situation. And when you get around a confident man, he don't need another man telling him how to be a man. He don't. Two things will happen. Either he'll figure it out, or he will put in the work to better himself to figure out what type of man he wants to be. But he's not holding another man's hand or waiting on another man to post a video to tell him how he need to be a man. He's going to figure it out within himself. And it's just that simple. Otherwise, he would just be a follower. And I think a man, if I'm looking to you as a leader and I'm submitting to you, I expect for you to be a man, and I'm going to follow your lead because you have leadership position, but then your leadership comes from a higher power, right? God, spirituality, something. I think the reason why a lot of these men are lost is because they spiritually disconnected. Because as a woman, I know my next move based off of where I'm being spiritually guided. So if a man doesn't know his next move, if he doesn't know how to be a man and all of these things, it's probably because he's spiritually disconnected in some type of way. And so they're seeking out these people online, these men online that are like so spiritually disconnected, and they're promoting this toxicity, this dysfunction, and they're forming these views on women. And I'm not even saying that in some cases that they're incorrect with those views, because there are women out here that are toxic. Let's be real. But we all not toxic though. So I don't know. I feel like it stunts their growth, and it's really sad. It's really sad, y'all. And this is why I just saw a news article of that basketball player that was playing on Alabama college, Alabama. I think he was a basketball player with Alabama, and he ended up unaliving a girl because, let me see. Yeah, University of Alabama basketball player Darius Miles allegedly unalived Jamia Janae, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, Harris, after she wouldn't talk to him. So I don't see how men don't see how they causing a lot of issues, and women are losing their lives, and they are wanting to call women angry feminists. Really? So you're saying we don't have a reason to react in the way that we're reacting? And this don't sound like entitlement. He unalived her because she wouldn't talk to him. He threw his future away because she wouldn't talk to him. That's crazy, y'all. That's really insane. That's insane. And so he's overseas basically vetting these women in ways to where men can get their way. So I guess in this case, he wouldn't have to unalive Brazilian women because they would at least talk to him, even though he's coming across creepy and predatory.
Brazilian woman anymore. It doesn't feel safe. So I think I'm just better off just showing the food in the streets and, parties and stuff, beaches. But I don't think it's safe for me to even talk about Brazilian women. If I do, to a very minimal, muito pequeno vezes, or menos vezes. And also, I don't want to record any Brazilian women because at any moment, they can change their mind and say, hey, I didn't want, to be on video. I didn't want to be on your YouTube, but I can promise you, I would never just walk up to a woman and just record her and say, answer this question. I would never do that. That's dumb. I always ask them, hey, can I ask you a question? I have a YouTube channel. They say yes. They answer the question. I post a video. Then they say, I didn't know you were going to put me on the YouTube channel. So I think it's better that I just don't record at all, unless if I just really, really know them, or if I pay them to be on the video, because it's too inconvenient for her and I to be on. Like, for example, in Perolino, there's the baianas with the big vestidas on, the big dresses. I don't know what they call them. And, it's in a tourist zone. And we took a picture with her. I think she took a picture with all three of us 3 different times. And apparently she ran up on somebody I know in Brazil. And she said that she's going to contact a lawyer because she didn't know that picture was taken. And she looked right in the.
Hold on, wait a minute. Shout out to Cruise Season. I told you guys, see. This is why on my channel, I tell you guys to go outside and have real experiences and stop living through people online, because that's the problem here, y'all. That is the problem. And I see it on both sides. Men, women, I see it on both sides. You guys are living through other people and you're making these social assumptions. And then when you put yourself out there in a social setting, you don't know how to interact. And then when you don't get the reaction, or when you don't get the experience of these people that you live through online, then you are enraged. And now all of a sudden it's people and it's not you, and how you're socially disconnected. You're socially disengaged because you really don't understand the concept of truly having a meaningful interaction with people face to face, because you don't hear too much. I tell you guys all the time, log out, go get a life. And I know that may sound harsh, that may sound mean, but it's the truth, y'all. You cannot live your life through all of these influencers and content creators online. You need to go outside and figure out life. It's really that simple. And that's part of the problem. We have a generation of up and coming individuals that don't know how to have proper interactions in social settings. They're very awkward. They tend to be on their phone a lot. They would rather text you or hit you up on in the DMs. Do you not know how many men that I would be out, and if I'm out in Houston or something like that, there's a man that will like DM me, hey, I saw you were out at blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you didn't come up to me. You didn't say nothing. You didn't introduce yourself. I'm easy to talk to. Like, you can come up to me and introduce yourself, and I will easily connect with you and socially engage with you on a more personable level outside of social media. But if you just flat out avoiding me socially, what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? So you guys, go outside, touch some grass, hug a tree, have a conversation with a complete stranger. Okay, I get back to the homeless here, and I always have conversations with them. I don't just give them food, but I just get to know them a little bit, know their name. You know, I met Jerry last week. Have social interactions, verbally engage with people so you can reconnect. That's the problem with society right now. It's bad. And then these kids that grew up on technology, it's even worse. They always got their head down. They never are like looking at people or looking towards people. Some of these kids don't even know how to say good morning. How are you doing? Like, I was on an elevator today with a guy, and he was handicapped, and he was in a wheelchair, and I didn't want him to feel awkward, right? And so I'm like, hey, how's your day going? Something as simple as that. It's really that simple. Hey, how's your day going? And he was like, oh, it's going great. You know, just came here to get a quick little workout. And I was like, oh, that sounds great. Me too. You know, that sounds lovely. People don't know how to have interactions and spark up conversations, y'all. They just go to their phone just like that. So I think this is the bigger issue, or this is part of the bigger issue, besides men being just creeps. This is the bigger issue too. Like, when it comes to this generation of people, it's like, remember to connect with people. Remember to put your phone down at the dinner table and have a conversation. You know, especially women, men, when y'all are on dates, don't be on your phone. It's rude. It's rude. It's rude.
Cameron took the picture 3 times. And, you know, I just don't, that's just an extra problem. And I don't want any problems in Brazil. So I think it's just better I don't take any pictures. But I did make a mistake, and I apologize, because I showcase the women way. I think where people are getting sex tourism from is because it seems like I'm only which I didn't only, but I can agree that 90, 95% of the time I showcase women because that's just, I mean, Brazilian women are great. They're beautiful. They're nice people. That's why I showcase them that much. But I would agree that I did do that too much. I could have showed more of the food in the streets and the beaches and how to get your bank account and ID. I still was going to make a video about how America can get a bank account, but I don't think I can do that anymore. But I would have been better off showing off my journey rather than just women. So, and I would, that's pretty much wrapping up what I have to say. This is longer than my Portuguese version because I can elaborate in English, like I said. But I would also like to say that on several occasions, I got to reach her name, I believe is Stephanie, which is the woman on Instagram and Twitter that has been blasting my posts and tagging the U.S. Embassy and the Policia Federal and all these other big names and stuff like that. And I asked her, and I have the photos, I asked her, could I come to her platform? Because I told her, okay, look, I get it. What do I need to do to stop this? Because this is getting out of hand. And she said, apologize. I said, could I? And I emailed her and I messaged her on Instagram. I said, can I come to your platform? Since your platform is the one catching all the attention, you have more Brazilian followers than I do. If I do it on my platform, it's pretty much all Americans almost is going to see it. 1.7% of my audience, I believe, is Brazilian. So it's not going to make a difference if I do it on my platform. I asked her, can I go to your platform and apologize publicly so we can get this, and so I can at least have the people can hear me say my perspective and the truth. Unfortunately, those requests were rejected and denied. And I have photos where she didn't respond to that. She would respond to a different text, but she didn't respond to that text. She's pretty much not going to let me respond from what I can understand. And I think she's trying to make me a target, which she's successfully doing that in Brazil. And she even said it right here in this photo. In that photo, she's saying basically she wants me to be a target and that she wants to kill me, have me kill me. I don't know whichever one, but she said it right there. And I think that's why she doesn't want me to apologize, because she has her mind made up that she wants me dead. And I really don't know. So I just took it upon myself to make this video to speak up for myself, even though less than 2% of my audience is Brazilian. I at least want to show effort and apologize again that I had no negative intent on negative perception on Brazil. I had no intent on placing a negative perception of Brazil or the culture or anything, the beaches, anything, the people, anybody. I love Brazil. I love Brazil. People don't want me there now. They think that I disrespect them. I mean, even the women, I did know in Brazil, we knew each other for months. And because Stephanie posts these videos and her perspective on how she views the videos, the women.
Listen, I just want to add that he's trying to make it seem like it's just women, it's just Brazilian women, it's just Stephanie. But after doing my research, the Brazilian men are pissed. So it's not even that, it's just, there are even some American men that are pissed because he's basically created this reputation now, this image for passport bros. And there are even some men out here that are not okay with how he was promoting the movement. So they're mad at him. But what I find interesting is that, because when I went to the media outlet, the post that Stephanie had written up real nicely about this situation, there were a lot of men that were upset, Brazilian men. So they protect their women. They don't want some creep from North America, right, coming to their country, engaging in their culture, exploiting their women. So they actually protect their women there. So he's trying to make it seem like it's just the women, it's just the women. No, he really do need to watch his back, because I'm reading some of these comments and a lot of the men were just as upset because they protect their women there. So he doesn't understand how he was exploiting these women, even if it was just for views. You could take the sex tourism out of it. The fact that he was just posting them to his YouTube channel and stuff like that, he was still exploiting them for views, if nothing else. So he just got caught. That's all. And this blew up in his face fast. Like, this man has not been over there overseas, y'all, that long. Like, he was exploiting them as if they were for sale or something like that. It was weird. It was very weird, some of his videos.
That I've been nice to and respected for months, all of a sudden don't like me anymore. So I don't know, I guess they just go off whatever she says. But I'm just here to say that I'm apologizing. And however you want to take it. I'm sorry for posting the videos. I've already taken the videos down. I won't do it again. But yeah, I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was on mute. Okay, so Austin made some interesting tweets, and I'm going to read them to you. But then also he made a post to his YouTube community tab as well. So let me go ahead and blow this up really quick. So he's saying that videos and photos are illegal in Brazil if you are American, which I don't think that's true. I would have to look into that. I don't think it's illegal. I don't know. I think him recording people in public may be, I don't know. I don't think photos and videos are illegal. Let me look that up. Imagine, and then he went on to say, because he was upset that this Brazilian woman was against the content that he was posting, which I showed throughout this live. But he said, imagine siding with the same women that called you sluts, desperate, poor, and prostitutes. Wow, what sense does that make? You guys, who is saying that? Now, we all know in Brazil, prostitution is legal, but we're referring to those women that participate. And we didn't say it in a demeaning way. We said it in a way where it's, that's their way of getting their resources in a country that's hard to obtain resources. I personally didn't say it in a demeaning way. I don't see Black women on Twitter or TikTok saying it in a demeaning way. But we all do know that when it comes to Brazil, prostitution is legalized. So that's crazy. Let me continue. That is crazy. And then he was on the beach, y'all. She got a point too. So basically, I caught you guys up, and Austin is saying you have seen the end of Brazil on my channel. So I don't know, y'all. He was bigging up Brazil and doing all of this praising of Brazil and Brazil women, but now he has a change of heart after his life has been threatened. And you know what I find so funny about the situation? You have all of these men giving commentary on the situation, and oh, brother, don't worry about it. That's not even a real threat on your life, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, he's in a foreign country. How you gonna speak on that man's safety? Oh my God, that's what I'm like. These men cannot lead me, y'all. They cannot. And the reason is because they too much in their ego. I need a man that is sound. Okay. He's grounded enough to be sensible, because if he's ungrounded, that means he's egotistical, and it can get him unalive, because basically that's what those men are promoting him to be, in his ego, trying to make it seem like he's big macho man, and not have no sense. Like, sir, be sensible. Be sensible. Come back down to earth, ground yourself, and let's have a real conversation about this. His life is in danger because he doesn't know how these people are going to react. He doesn't. It's not like these people are over there and they have all of these many different opportunities and resources to focus on. Like, there are people going to be focused on this. And you never know who got in, you don't know. Like, I seen that some of his stuff was posted to a blog website. The same situation happened to what's his name? Choice TV. How he was posted to a blog site in was it Trinidadian? I want to say. And how he went viral over there, and he was receiving death threats too, y'all. I just wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take that lightly. I wouldn't, especially when you're in a foreign country. And then, are they gonna lock this man up? Did he break the law there? I don't even think he's really that well educated on the laws there either. So, if I was him, I would go back home. But that's the thing. This man has sold all of his belongings. He took a chance. And listen, I admire the fact that he did take a chance on himself and he left America and he decided to start this new life. I just felt like he went about it wrong and he got ahead of himself. He got way ahead of himself, mainly because he's in his ego. He needs to ground himself a little bit more. He needs to come back down to earth, because I don't know what he was thinking, putting this, I don't know what he was thinking, y'all, putting those videos out like that. I don't know what he was, in the way that he was doing it. Like, it was just really weird. So that's pretty much all that I have regarding this video, you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up. And please give this video a thumbs up. And I'm going to catch you guys in my next one. But let me know down below. Do you think that he was promoting sex tourism? In my opinion, it's giving that. You know, perception is everything when it comes to social media. And once you post certain things to social media, you need to understand that people are going to form their own opinion based off of the content that you're creating. And sometimes it may not go in the way that you want it to go, but that's the risk that you take when you post things to social media. So y'all let me know down below if you think that he was promoting sex tourism. Do you think that Stephanie is in the wrong? Do you think she's just some angry feminist in Brazil? Or do you actually think she had real reasons behind why she exposed him? Comment down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Good night, guys.